Hi, I'm Jim Love, CIO of IT World Canada, and I'm coming to you today from the Gartner Symposium at IT Expo 2014, an amazing event held here in Orlando, Florida, on the gates of Disney World. 12,000 delegates, 3,000 CIOs, totally sold out conference. The theme is Digital Transforming Business. This is Industry Day. Now there's a focus on various industries. We were able to take in quite a few things in there. A couple of things stood out today. One was Canada made some real inroads here. Jeff Vinning, a Gartner analyst, gave Canada some high marks in terms of our approach to privacy and security in terms of how that works in the digital era. BlackBerry, another Canadian, was here today testing out a new message, and a real focus on government, not a surprise, a real focus on security, not a surprise, but the thing I never thought I'd hear a BlackBerry executive say was, it's not about the handset. A whole different approach and an emotional approach, actually going to this government audience and saying, we've been in this with you before, we've invented with you before. Great day in there. We moved to another industry that really is covered by Canada, or is important to Canada, oil and gas. It's so important in the Canadian economy, and showing how important this digital transformation was, even in an industry as traditional as oil and gas. Now, according to one of the Gartner analysts, we leave about 60% of the oil in the ground under traditional recovery methods. That's much more with new technology. The new assets and new reserves, such as shale, we're leaving much, much more. They can't even measure it. And the whole point was, it's really the digital approach to this that is helping us find new ways of recovering more oil and gas, a new transformation for that industry. Not surprisingly, the theme was digital transformation of business. Another surprise today was just how much we were talking about digital technology changing the world. Microsoft led out in a presentation about cities they call City Next, and not surprising, they were talking about how technology could help cities address some of the key problems of what they called the urban renaissance, or the transformation, urbanization, where 70% of the world's population will live in cities in the next little while. But more surprising again for Microsoft was the whole idea of embracing open data and open standards and open systems. A big piece in there. That was one of the things. One of the things that really brought it home at the end of the day was a presentation from MIT professor Eric Brynjolfsson. He talked about the second machine age. He took us through a litany of changes, and a couple of them, just seeing the impact of how the digital transformation is going to work in our economy. A couple of things, and we'll cover some of these in some of the articles I'll be sending back, but one of them was a robot that costs $20,000 and can learn without programming. That was one piece of it, and of course there was the mandatory, human intelligence created by digital machines that could recognize cats on the internet. Now that got a big laugh from the audience, but the whole point was, in that recognition factor, something that machines could never do before, we were looking at something where we couldn't describe the process in the middle. The bottom line was that the transformation in the digital economy is happening faster than anybody ever thought. That's my news from the Gartner IT Expo 2014. Watch for some of the articles we'll be posting, and we'll see you tomorrow.